Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Firenze. Let's check it out. To set up for the game, what each player is going to get is their own little player board here. They're going to get a little watermark stamp they'll use on a particular card. They're going to get a number of these little seals here, these little scrolls. Depending on the number of players determines how many scrolls you hand out. More players, less scrolls. Less players, more scrolls. You're also going to put their little starting marker right here on the score track at 0. You're going to put some bonus tiles, bonus point scores here and here. And then you're going to randomly select these balconies. There's a stack of 1, 2, 3, and 4. You'll turn them upside down. They're all brown on one side. Then you'll pick 4 of them and then place them out in the area where they should go. So as you see here, I have 1, 2, 3, well, 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. And then the game says randomly you're going to take these little gray scrolls, which signify no one, and you're going to put them out on certain towers, depending on the number of players, depends on how many of these you use. And you're going to put them out, it says randomly. Now it just says you decide where to put them. Well, what did we decide to do is just get a 6-sided die, since each of these towers have 6 windows each, and we just roll it, and whatever pops up, that's where we put the scroll. But you can decide how you want to do it. But anyway, those designate areas for this game where players may not build, because once someone builds a tower X amount of stories, no one else can build on it after that. Now you're also going to shuffle the deck. First off, you're going to draw out any of the cards that have this emblem on it, because those are starter cards, and you're going to deal them out first. Now there are extra starter cards on the top of the deck as well, so your starting alignment of cards will generally be different. You're also going to grab bricks, different colored bricks, from this bag and put them on each one of these cards, 4 per card that come out. Now, I'm not going to go over much on what the cards mean because there's a player aid, and it's really simple. After your first playthrough, you'll have it easy. Some of these cards are good, some of them are bad. It just depends. After that, then you're ready to play. The first player will get 2 white bricks, the second player will get 3, third player will get 4, and so on and so forth. So how you play the game is very simple. They have this player order here of what you do on your turn. On your turn, first off, you will pick a card. You get to choose any one of these cards that you want. Now, as you see, the first card here is free. But if I want this card, I'll have to pay a brick. Here I'll have to pay 2 bricks, 3 bricks, and so on and so forth. So for instance, if I did not want this card, maybe I wanted that card, or maybe let's say I want this card right here, I'd have to pay my 2 bricks. 1, 2, I had to put a brick down for each one I skip, and then I can get this one. So I bring those bricks in. This card here goes into my hand, and then these cards shift down, and we'll bring out a new card from the deck, and then of course we'll take out 4 random bricks from the bag, and we'll place them on that card like so. So that's basically step 1, is you just choose the card, and if you don't want the first one up front, you'd have to put extra bricks on top of them until you get to the card you want. Action number 2 is optional, but you can only do it once. If you see a brick that you want of a particular color but you can't get it, you can exchange 3 bricks for that 1 brick. So for instance, I got 2 whites, a green, and a purple. Man, I really wish I would have gotten another purple. Those are very rare. Actually, on the board, it will tell you how many bricks there are in the bag. There's 25 white, 18 yellow, 15 green, 12 red, 10 blue, and only 8 purple. And if I think this alchemist, yeah, he has a purple. So what I'll do is I'll take that action, I'll exchange 3 of my bricks for that 1 purple brick, but I have to add those to the alchemist card. Now that may make the alchemist much more attractive since he has more bricks on his card, but at least it gave me 2 purples, what I want. After that, and like I said, you don't have to do this one, this one's optional. Then you can build. When you build, you have to look over here on how much it costs. For instance, to build 1 or 2 costs me nothing, so I could build both of these on my little player board, and that would be free. However, if there was a third one that I wanted to build, remember all towers must be the same color, if there was a third one I'd want to build, I'd have to pay a brick. So let's say that I stole that from this guy. And I had 3 purples. Well, I could build 3 purples, but then I'd have to pay this yellow back to the bag because three bricks cost 1 brick. So I have to remove 1 from my hand, place it back in the bag. And so that's how it goes. The more bricks you buy, the more the build, the more heavy the cost. So after you build, then it just depends on the situation. You must tear down any towers that you did not work on. Let's say I was working on 2 towers this round, and the next round I didn't have a yellow, I just had a purple. So I would build there, and let's build up my yellow tower a little bit more there. So let's say I built on purple this round, but not on yellow. What does that mean? I have to tear yellow down in half, round it up. So if it's 3, it'd be 1. If there were 4 on there, it'd be 2. So any tower you do not constantly, once you build on it, you got to keep building on it every round, or it's going to get dilapidated and fall apart. Now after that, you can choose to score the tower if you so choose to. So for instance, I have a level 3 purple right here. If I wanted to go ahead and score it, I see here that a level 3 would give me 2 points. I would take one of my black scrolls, put it over here, take these and throw them back into the bag, and then claim this one for 2 points. Now, no one else can claim a level 3 purple tower after that. They'd have to get one higher. Remember, you don't have to build these in order. Someone could build one 7 next time. It really doesn't matter. Now, I don't have to do that. Again, that is optional. Maybe I want to save it, and I want to try to get more bricks up there so I can get more points when I finally cash it in. But if I don't build on it every round, remember, you have to tear it down, by half, round it up. Now, finally, after all this, then it's basically clean up here. You cannot have more than 10 bricks in your warehouse, meaning on your hand, and 5 cards in your hand. If you have to discard certain cards. Now, I will tell you what the emblems mean on each card. If it has this little character emblem, that means it's a one-time use. When you use it, you discard it from your hand. Some of them are lightnings, and lightnings are usually always bad. This is a smokehouse fire. I will lose 3 bricks in my possession back to the bag. So, but when it says lightning, you must do it immediately. There are other emblems here. There's the house emblem, meaning it's a permanent card in your hand. So I told you it cost me 1 brick to build 3. If I had my own workshop, it'd be a -1. So -1 would make this free. It would make this action 2, and this one 5, 9, and so on and so forth. And this would be a permanent card. It doesn't go away when I utilize it. This one with a flag is an end of game card. It may not be removed from your hand. So if you had to discard at the end, you'd have to discard maybe this house or something else, but you cannot discard an end of game card unless you have a particular card that allows you to do that. And this one would be very bad. This is a scandal. This would be a -3 at the end of the game. And then finally you have these ones that have the little cross emblem on them. They change the dynamics of the game slightly. And so for this one, it's like, hey, whenever someone builds a level 3, first player to build a level 3 gets a +3 on this. Oh, wow, that's really cool. And so you'll place that in one of these little 4 areas here and put it right there. Now, if anyone accomplishes that, that's when you would use your little mark to say, yeah, I did it. And I got those points there. All right, so what you're going to be doing, and also, by the way, I should mention that the first person to build a level 5, 6, 7, and 8 also gets some of these bonus tiles that are worth 1 to 3 points. Now, the game's going to keep going around like that, in that order. Every player is going to be picking cards, choosing bricks, building, tearing down, scoring bricks and everything. And the game ends when someone plays their last scroll. Now, when they play their last scroll on a tower they built, they're going to grab this little bonus card, which is worth 5 points. I should also mention real quick that the towers you have to build in order. So, for instance, if someone wanted to build this yellow tower, they'd have to do this one first. But if they wanted to build this one first, they could not. They'd have to build this one third. They'd have to wait until the yellow and red tower were built, because this is a 3. So you have to build the balconies in order, not the towers. Like I said, you can build this one first, this one second, that one third, that one fourth. But on balconies, you have to build them in that order. So it had to be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Before anyone could score blue, someone would have to get green, and then red, backwards, red, yellow. But that's how balconies are scored. Now, at the end of the game, you add up all your bonus points or any negative points you have. And of course, whoever has the most points wins the game. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? Well, as you see, it's very similar to Century Spice Road, where you're kind of choosing, you're dropping bricks over to get the right card you want that can maybe help you do something, or a lot of times you're dropping bricks just to avoid those bad cards. It's a really great game. I've been looking at this game for well over a year now. It just came back into print this year, and I helped with back the Kickstarter on it so I could get my copy a little bit early, and love it, love it. It's a really great game. It's everything I thought it would be. Very simple. Once you go through it once or twice, all the players, my gaming group didn't have any trouble figuring out how this played. It is a very simple game, surprisingly. It doesn't maybe look simple at first, but you do get the hang of it. And like I said, the randomizer, wherever the balconies are this round or the next game, or whatever towers you block off. I mean, the game has a lot of strategy involved, and there's a lot of variety here, so the games won't be repetitive. Now, I do love this game. It is staying in my collection, obviously, but oh yeah, great artwork too. I don't talk much about artwork in board games, but I really like the artwork here. So everything about this. This is a light game. This is light. It looks heavy on the outside, maybe looks a little deep when you're saying, oh Matt, all those cards, all those different choices. After the first playthrough, you know what each card does, basically, and you're not surprised anymore, and there's more strategic planning. And there are cards that you can screw other players over, and you got to wait just right for when you screw them over too. Oh man, I could go on and on about this game. Really good game, worth your time if you're into a lighter game. I do think this is a light game though. Anyway, gamers, that's all for now. Until next time, game on.